Aloha. In this video, I'm going to be discussing with you the AMPPS project. We're going to be installing AMPPS. Today, I'll be doing it here on the Mac system since so many people with Macs have had trouble with it. If you have any trouble with Windows, let me know and I will make a similar video for Windows environment, but we're going to use the Mac system to do this. So follow along. I will go ahead and share my screen and we'll get this started. So the first thing to note is over here we have our system requirements. At the moment, AMPS is supported on Mac OS, Catalina, Big Sur, and Monterey. Things have changed and it's supported on newer ones as well. So let me go ahead. It doesn't have a good explanation in here as to how to download it, but we'll just go ahead and if you want, you can do the lazy way and just copy AMPS here and go and put in AMPS into a Google search and you'll find easily the AMPS project. And AMPS is, as it says here, a WAMP and MAMP stack from Softaculous with Apache, MySQL, MongoDB, and the latest versions of PHP and Softaculous Auto Installer. So that's where it gets its name. The AMPPS is the Apache, MySQL, MongoDB, PHP, and Softaculous. So we're going to go ahead and download the version for Mac. So we go to download and it says, hey, are you a Mac user or Windows user? And it wants to get your information so they can send you stuff. I just hit the Xbox on here and then I go to download. So this is going to download a DMG file. So we hit the download and you'll see that it's downloading up here. This is Chrome. So after it's done, it's a small download. It's only 36 megabytes. So we're going to go ahead and click on this. And it's going to bring up this screen right here. So this screen is telling us to just take the AMPS folder and drop it into the applications folder. And we do that, and boom, it puts it into our applications there. And now we can use it. So you can go down to the Launchpad. And if you just start typing in AMPPS, you'll see that we have in here the AMPS program. So we're going to hit the run button on it. And you're going to see this message that says it can't be opened because the developer cannot be verified. So in order to fix this, we're going to have to go into our settings down here. And in our settings, we're going to go into the privacy and security tab. And depending on what OS you're running, hopefully you're running the latest, you'll be able to see this. So we'll go into privacy and security, and we're going to scroll down. And when we look in here, we're going to see, hold on. Usually there's a message here that lets us know that it cannot be run, and I don't see it right now. Hold on just a second. So we're not going to move it to trash. We're not going to cancel it. So we're going to hit cancel on that right now. So we're going to hit cancel. Let's go back in and see if it shows us a different screen. There it goes. So amps.app was blocked from use because it is not from an identified developer. We're going to open it anyway because it is a trusted one. Then you're going to get this from your computer. This is going to be your computer's username and password. So you just go in here and you type in your super duper secret password to give permission to install. And then it's going to go over here and it's going to say it cannot verify the developer. You say, yeah, I know that. So we're just going to click on open. And after we click on open, we wait a second and it comes up with this. So it says type your password to allow AMPS to make changes. So this looks like a very, very old Windows 1.0 type of input screen. And this confused even me at the beginning. So for here, I believe you're supposed to type in your password on the computer that you're using. So once again, I'm going to go ahead and do that and see if that works. And if it doesn't, hold on. Yep, now it's coming up with this screen. So again, that password we just typed in was the one for the computer itself. You'll notice there wasn't a space between my first and last name. Don't worry about that. It brings up this screen though, and it's telling us that it's going to install the following apps. And this is the the AMPPS. So you just click on continue here, and this will take a little while. So it's going to go ahead and it's going to install everything that it needs here. So it's going to download. So it's doing a curl download, and then it's going to install it. But it's going to go piece by piece and install all the different pieces, parts that we're going to need to run this thing. So this will take a few minutes. So while this is running, I'm going to go back and close this out since we don't need this anymore. We also don't need this screen open anymore since we're already running it. And I will pull up the Word document that we were looking at a few minutes ago. So we've downloaded the AMPS file, we've double clicked the thing, we've moved AMPS from here over to here. And we don't really need to go into the AMPS folder. We can go to our launcher. I think this is probably written a little bit, a little bit far in the past. So you just have to go into your Rocket launcher or your apps launcher over here, your Launchpad, and run the AMPS file. And after we do that, it talks about the first run and having to hit continue and everything, but it did not go through all the process of having to put in your passwords and everything. So hopefully that's going to solve a couple of your pain points that you have, because some people are having trouble with that. So anyways, we're going to go and, oh yeah, it does discuss a little bit about some of that, the error messages in here. But anyways, we'll get back to this in a few minutes. We'll just move this out of the way and take a look, and we're still downloading. Look, it's still on Softaculous. So it's downloaded, it's unzipping it, it's going to be doing some installs on here. So the purpose of putting all this on here is we want to be able to turn our local computer here into a server of sorts, so you can do development on it. So what we're installing here, Apache is the web server. So this is going to be the thing that you can attach to. And what you'll do is you'll go up here into your URL bar, and you'll just type in http:// localhost, and it'll go to this this app. Well, actually, if you want to work on your MySQL database, you can use the PHP MyAdmin tool. So up here, you would type in localhost or http:// and that's very important on the Mac. So put that in, then put in localhost / and then PHP MyAdmin. And if you put it in just like that, it should go to the admin page for it. And we'll show you that in a minute. But a quick warning, if you don't have that http:// you're probably going to get an error that it's not going to give you an error, but what's going to happen is you're going to do a Google search on that. So that's not going to do you any good. It needs to have that HTTP in front of it to know that it's you're actually trying to load that resource instead of doing a Google search. So so once you've got that going, you've got Apache running the web server, and then you've got PHP MyAdmin on there so that you can administer your database, your MySQL database. And then PHP is going to be the language that is running on your Apache. So you can do some web programming if you want, and do some stuff like PHP info, something that'll spit out like the different things that you have at your, different things that you can use in PHP. So this is wrapping up right now. Apache is unzipping. And let's see what happens here. Oh, it's downloading some libraries. And then it just disappears on us. Where did it go? Where did it go? And then I noticed that in another screen, I've got two screens going here. It's pulled this up right here. So it's initializing our AMP stack here. So once it finishes with this, oh, there we go. Apache has started. Everything looks happy. Yay. It's got everything up and running. And you can individually turn off these services too if you want to. You can turn off your MySQL. You just click on that and you'll see that it says MySQL stop. Then you can start it back up. So if you're using up a lot of resources on your computer and you want to do something else and you notice that it's just running slow, you can come over here and turn off your MySQL or your Apache. So now let's go ahead and go over here and test out our idea. So first I'm going to show you the localhost /php. Oops, hold on. Localhost / so this is what it tells you to do in the instructions. If you do that, you're going to get a search for it. That's not what you want to do. So if we go over here, just take this and put it back in here, then go to the beginning of that and type in http:// hit enter. It'll bring us to PHP MyAdmin. From here, you can go and take a look inside and take a look at the databases that you have, and you can create new databases or do whatever you want in there. So if you're a web developer, this is kind of neat because now you have an environment here locally that you can work off of. So yeah. Yeah, so take a look at that and have fun. Once you get your own, you can look in further and find out where you can put your root documents for your Apache server, and then you can start running your own web server there. I wouldn't run a full web server. This is just for your development purposes. Of course, if you're doing a web server here and you're trying to host that for the world, your computer would be slammed pretty bad. So don't do that. Also, it opens up a lot of security issues. But so that's the way I want you to solve this. And once you have this up and running, just take a screenshot of this page, and that will be more than proof to me that you've got this up and going. And or you could just bring up your amps and show that it's running like this. But it's nice to see that you've kind of actually here's the assignment. Go ahead and get a snapshot of this with PHP MyAdmin running in the background, and that should be fine to let me know that you got everything done. So if you have any questions or if you need the Windows version done or something like that, let me know in the comments, and I will see you later then. Have a great day, and let me know what you think.